All right, chill. Don't slander my boy Starscream.
It would be a Starscream.
Okay, no. The one thing I will say about Starscream, this dude Megatron, he choked him out,
Yeah, that
distorted
was
his
actually
voice
bad.
permanently,
That was actually
pulled a gun on
messed
him,
up.
and then Starscream's like, "Hail Megatron!" I'm like, all right, yeah, Starscream's kind of a beta. I'm not gonna lie. That made me lose some respect for him. Yo, welcome back to Yo Nerd, the podcast where we share nerd news, share our opinions, and debate on just about anything. I'm Jase.
I'm Zion.
I'm Noah.
And guys, real quick before we start, actually, follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please rate our show 5 stars. It would really help a lot. But other than that, we went to see Transformers 1 last night.
Ooh.
I can't wait to see it
Crazy.
again.
Fire.
I can't wait to see it
Fire.
again. Yeah, it was fun. Before we get on to all that, let's get into our nerd news. All right, so for this week's nerd culture news, unfortunately, yesterday at the time of that we're filming this podcast, Maggie Smith, the actress that portrayed Professor McGonagall in Harry Potter, and she was also in Downton Abbey, passed away. Myself, I really enjoyed the Harry Potter movies, and I really enjoyed the character that she portrayed, Professor McGonagall. We're actually me and Noah are rewatching the Harry Potter series right now, so we just want to send prayers out to her family, everything, sending love and comfort to her family. So,
yeah. And then this week, at the time of this recording, there are kind of two major things that we're going to be talking about in the news. We're going to do a brief episode 1 review of The Penguin, just touch on it real quick, because that's the news that just released last week. And then, but first we're going to talk about the Thunderbolts trailer. Marvel dropped our first teaser and poster for the Thunderbolts trailer. So guys, what are we thinking?
That was
what were your
good.
thoughts after watching the trailer?
I'm so excited, actually. Like, I feel like Marvel's at its best when they're grounded like that.
Yeah.
It looks so good. I'm really excited.
What about you? Give your honest thoughts.
The trailer was
watched it
okay.
together.
It was okay. I was honestly probably more excited before the trailer came out.
I remember in our
Really?
Marvel review, you said you were
I
excited,
was really
for,
excited
for
for it.
Thunderbolts.
So,
yeah.
so
It didn't
what
look-
about the trailer made it actually worse to you?
It just didn't look like the movie. Like the storyline from what we've seen so far doesn't look like the movie I wanted to see.
Okay.
But I'm still really excited for it.
Okay.
I like most of the characters. Yelena's great.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do with Bucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Dude.
still excited.
Ghost looks sick in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, after what they
Every
did.
character got an upgrade.
Yeah. After what they did to Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm excited, actually.
Yeah.
She looks so much better.
Bucky seems like he's back, like full Winter Soldier mode.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
obviously, Yelena's a great character. Red Guardian's hilarious. I'm excited to see what they do with U.S. Agent. He just
Yeah.
looks like he's tortured right now.
He's messed
He's
up.
been
bro.
tortured ever since he was in the garage pounding that shield, making that shield. He's been, yeah.
Going through a hard time. But quick thoughts on the trailer overall. I think Val, I think she took over Avengers Tower. You can see at the end that looked like where they all were hanging out in Avengers 2.
Okay.
And I think that's going to kind of be the new... Marvel has not told us forever who bought Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
So I think she has it. And obviously there's the Sentry in there, which, I'm sure we'll talk about later on as we do Thunderbolts coverage. But overall, that was a really good trailer.
It was a good trailer.
Way more excited. than
Me
I
too.
was.
For sure.
And then this week, Penguin episode 1 released, titled After Hours. Show's created by Lauren LaFranc, kind of showrunner, but also written by Matt Reeves, who wrote The Batman, directed The Batman. And it stars Colin Farrell as the Penguin, Chris Milioti, I believe. I apologize. As kind of like one of the main villains in the show. Did you watch?
No, I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but I heard it's pretty good.
I'll give brief spoiler-free thoughts. The show was really good. Like, I mean, instantly, like the first scene gets you right back into the Batman universe. And for me, the Batman,
We know.
the Batman might be top 3 movie of all time.
That is a
But
crazy
besides
take.
my own take, just in terms of Batman movie, I love the Batman. So, getting back in that world is really exciting for me.
Yeah.
And it takes place right after the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So you're seeing Gotham after it's been flooded and, all that stuff. So I thought it captured Gotham really well. It was interesting seeing the Penguin in his position. He's portrayed very much as an underdog in the show. And I think it's going to be interesting watching him throughout the series come to become that character that is the kingpin of crime in Gotham.
Right.
Because he's so, I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, how in the world does he get there? Because he's so low right now. He's literally a goon in the show. So it's going to be really interesting seeing how he climbs the show. But all the performances were amazing. Really well acted, really well written. I will say, just as a warning to people out there, very severe on some of the content, language, a little bit of inappropriateness, very graphic violence. So if you're not into that kind of stuff, or you're a younger viewer, just be careful of that kind of stuff. But overall, great show.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I haven't gotten a chance, but I'm excited.
Yeah. So that's it for the news this week. And next up, Transformers 1. All right, so here is our review of Transformers 1. We all just went to the theater to see it. These are our first thoughts, kind of digesting everything. Guys, give me some highlights of Transformers 1. What did you think about it overall?
Firstly, spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it and come back to watch.
How about, what if we gave brief?
Okay, brief.
Couple
Spoiler
sentences,
free.
Spoiler-free review.
It was so good. Spoiler-free review for me right now. It made me feel like a kid again. Like I used to watch the old Transformers cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we had them all on like DVD in like this case.
Yeah.
But it was so good. It made me feel like I was watching one of those old cartoons.
Yeah.
And like they did all the characters so well, and it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler free for me. I loved the movie. I was not expecting to go into it loving it, because the trailers did not do the movie justice. The marketing overall not very strong for this movie.
Yeah.
But man, the story was really fun, really deep at the same time, and it gave such great context to everything I've seen. Like I look at Transformers as a whole differently now. All the other movies and the TV shows, because you're getting so much backstory and lore in this movie. So highly recommend. Can't say enough good things about it.
For sure. Yeah, it was a great movie. Voice acting, amazing. Of course, like Chris Hemsworth carried the movie. Absolutely phenomenal. Story was great. It was, to me, it wasn't too slow. It was a lot of backstory, of course, but good pacing on the movie. The villains were great. Just great backstory. Even like before where the movie took place was great. It made me interested in where we normally start with Transformers.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hopefully they make more of these movies.
Definitely.
I'm excited for the rest of them, for sure.
That's awesome. All right, from this point on, spoilers. And not just for Transformers 1. Every Transformers thing ever is on the line here.
Yeah.
So, spoilers for just Transformers as a whole. All right, so give me your favorite part of the movie.
Favorite
if you
part.
had it.
My favorite part of the movie. That's hard. There were so many good parts. I'm gonna say, okay, when Megatron ripped the Sentinel in half, his eyes turned red. When his eyes turned red from that point to where he ripped Sentinel in half, that was so dope.
I was right next to him. Boy said he's my Anakin.
Exactly. He literally turned into Anakin with the red eyes.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
No, that was so good though.
I would say that scene in particular was just probably the best part of the movie.
That
overall.
couple minutes from where he dropped to when he came back up.
Yeah.
Those couple minutes.
When he's falling, the music,
Beautiful.
amazing. I think it was Brian Tyler that did the music, or
I don't know.
something.
Yeah,
Whoever did the
so.
score for Transformers Prime, that TV show, he did the movie. Amazing score.
Yeah.
Especially in that moment.
Yeah.
Like when Optimus is falling to the core and, all that stuff. That whole scene was amazing. And then when he came out and just superhero land.
Optimus's his plot armor is crazy. Every movie,
It's
they kill him and then he comes back like 4 times stronger. Nah, it was hard though.
Yeah.
It was hard though.
Yeah. What about you? Favorite part?
I'd either say the ending, the
Yeah.
last like 20 seconds.
That was so
the little
good.
speech.
That was
His
so
voice
good.
started to actually sound like Optimus Prime a little more.
Yeah.
But my favorite scene was probably Megatron, like the first time we really saw him start to turn a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was fighting Starscream and he pulled the gun pulled out for the first time. That was sick.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about the characters overall? Like where they started, where they ended up, Optimus, Megatron especially. I didn't know about the Optimus Megatron backstory. I didn't know too much about Transformers lore overall. I've seen the movies, seen some of the cartoons, but and they say little lines here and there like we were brothers once, I didn't actually fully understand everything that was going on. How'd you guys feel about how they were portrayed, their story overall?
I think they did a really good job of, first of all, like establishing their friendship at the beginning of the movie, but then also seeing these like little glimpses of Megatron being like, I'm kind of over this guy. And then as it goes on,
before, when did you start seeing those? Because I didn't really get that vibe from it.
So in the race scene at the very beginning, after when they were in like the being treated for whatever, Megatron's like, I can't believe you did this, like blah blah blah. Like you could tell like he was annoyed.
Yeah.
And then going forward, like he started getting like upset. Like he started getting frustrated. And then at the end, after Sentinel, like he found out he was lied to.
Yeah.
Then it was like everything was out the window. Like he was so mad that he didn't want to, fend for Optimus anymore. But dude, it was so good.
At first, I thought the turn for Megatron was a little quick in the movie.
Yeah.
Because he seemed very like a by the book guy, and I guess that's sort of why he was so devoted, and then to find out everything was a lie, that's hard.
Yeah.
But it's still how he was portrayed at the beginning. The switch felt fast for me.
Yeah, I see
I was
that.
thinking about it earlier today. This random story came to mind. I used to go to this barbershop. This guy Mike cut my hair. It was like classic black barbershop, but it was just him eventually. Like, everyone else left. It was just Mike at his barbershop. And he had beef with one of the other barbers that used to be there. So
Okay.
Mike was like middle-aged black guy, super nice, very chill. You would never think that like there was anything going on with this guy. And so he starts telling me as he's cutting my hair the story of like what's going on with this guy and kind of their fallout and stuff. And then he gets to this point where he's like, yeah, and he called me like yesterday. And he's like, if I see you again, it's on site. And I'm like,
The barber's got beef.
like,
What?
Wait, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, he said it's on site. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, yeah.
He's like, just line me up. Just line me up, bro. Just line me up. All right.
Mid-cut.
Yeah.
I'm there for a minute. I can't leave
Just
now.
line me up. Give me my fade.
So
Get
all
your
of a
$30
sudden-
and I'm out.
All
All
of a
right.
sudden, we're chilling out, we're talking. He's got Miseducation of Lauryn Hill on in the background.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he just stops mid-cut, turns his head quick
And he's
towards the
there?
door. He just turns his whole head, and then he just like speed walks over to the door, boom, opens it up, and just looks outside.
Nah.
He's literally swerving his head, bro. And I'm sitting in the chair like, yo, finish me, please, and let me get out of here. But I'm like, sometimes for people, it just takes one thing,
Yeah.
to really set them off. And so I actually, after that whole scenario, I was like, it kind of makes sense for Megatron. Hey, shout out Mike. He was the best barber I ever had. I'm not gonna lie. The turn, I thought it was done really well, and I think what the movie got right was everyone's motivation.
Yeah.
Like, you really understood by the end and was able to empathize with Megatron of like why he would not want to submit to any leadership anymore.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Why he would want a different way. He still like went bad guy super quick, but it was, everything made sense.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
I
I think they did a really good job.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I think they did a great job explaining everyone's backstory and their turn, or like where they ended up by the end of the movie. They did a great job. I liked where everyone ended up. I think it made sense for all the characters. I'm excited to see what Bumblebee does from now on.
Bumblebee was
goat.
goated.
The
Bumblebee
goat,
was
bro.
so good. I'm so because he literally just obviously just nonstop yapping the entire movie,
Yeah.
and we didn't get to see him talk like at all in like the live action ones.
Yeah.
It was a good change.
Yeah.
Which
He was so
which,
funny.
If this is truly a prequel, how sad is that?
That's
man?
why I'm heartbroken. Literally
That
can't
is
stop
sad.
yapping.
It changes how you view the other Transformers.
Right.
Right. You look at all the other Transformers, and you know his voice thing is messed up in battle and all this kind of stuff, and you see who he is now
Right.
at his youngest, like freshest stage of just so much joy and energy and funniness. It's sad kind of to see where everything
Exactly.
ends up.
Especially he was literally on sub-level 50 with nobody to talk to, and he
By
still was so
himself.
happy. That's so sad, bro.
Also, did you guys notice? So Bumblebee is played by Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Key and Peele. They have a bunch of funny skits that they do.
Yeah.
One of their most famous ones is Aaron.
Yeah.
Yep.
I noticed
I
that.
saw. I
Yeah.
noticed that. I
Yeah.
noticed
No, I
that.
didn't
I
notice
did.
until
I noticed
later.
it. I noticed
Yeah.
it.
was one of
Yeah,
the scenes I saw
Atron.
that.
Yes, I noticed that when he said it. That was funny.
hilarious,
That was
bro.
good.
But yeah, Bumblebee was a standout. I forgot what his actual name in the movie was,
It
but
was like B127 or something like that.
yeah. What other casts do we like?
I actually enjoyed Scarlett Johansson as RC.
Yeah,
I'm
she did
calling
good.
I'm calling her RC, guys. I don't know. What was it? Alita? Nah,
Yeah.
we're calling her RC. Or at least I am.
Yeah, I'm interested how RC comes from that. I'm not really sure, but
I don't know either.
we had Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax, aka Optimus.
The greatest.
He did a really good job.
He did great.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job.
You thought pretty good?
I thought I don't know because I can't unhear Thor. Like so I felt like
There
sometimes
were
like
a few times when it
hi-
switched.
yeah, like his accent was a little off sometimes, but that ending scene where he's like, "I am
That gave
Optimus
me
Prime."
hope.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah, it was amazing. Brian Terry Henry is D16, Megatron. Thought he did a great job.
He did really good.
Scarlett Johansson, Keegan-Michael Key. We had Starscream in there. Starscream is the worst Transformer of all time.
All right, chill. Don't slander my boy Starscream.
It would be a Starscream.
Okay, no. The one thing I will say about Starscream, this dude Megatron, he choked him out,
Yeah, that
distorted
was
his
actually
voice
bad.
permanently,
That was actually
pulled a gun on
messed
him,
up.
and then Starscream's like, "Hail Megatron!" I'm like, all right, yeah, Starscream's kind of a beta. I'm not gonna lie, that made me lose some respect for him.
You had respect for Starscream in the first place. That's what I'm
Okay, no.
Hold on, no.
Okay.
Jace, give me one. No. I'm just
Listen.
asking for one moment.
There was
One scene in any Transformers movie or TV show where Starscream actually does something
all right.
worthy of your respect.
So I don't think I can name that moment. But okay, this is why I like Starscream growing up because I like the planes. I like the jets. And there was not really a main like Autobot who had like a
That's fair.
like a jet, except for one. I think his name was like Jetfire or something, but he was kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
And then Megatron obviously is a gun, and then Starscream is like the only jet. So I like Starscream because I thought he was cool as a kid. But yeah, he's so lame, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy. The Arachnid character.
Oh
was-
yeah,
that was pretty cool.
She was sick.
dope. Action was also great in the movie.
Yeah.
Like there were some really good fight scenes.
And the actual like when they actually transform, like when they first got their cogs on the surface, that was so sick.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Any critiques of the film or anything you wish there was more of?
I think it was really good. I don't have much to say like negative. I think it started off like really fast, like a little too fast, and then it slowed down like a lot.
Yeah.
I think if they started off like a little bit like more, I don't know. It was a lot at the beginning.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, it was so good. I need to see it again. It was so good.
Yeah, it was amazing. What about you?
No.
Thoughts?
Nothing right now I could pick on. It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the pacing, they did pretty well with everything.
Yeah.
Even though there wasn't a lot of action at the beginning, I even thought like the race that they did, I forgot what the name of that race was, but even that
Some
kinda
5,000,
counts as
something like that.
some action in there. All the scenes were done really well. So yeah, where do you guys think, where would you like to see these movies go? Because me personally, I grew up, I don't know if you ever played them, but I grew up on the War for Cybertron games.
Okay. Was that on PSP? They had like a Transformers game on the PSP.
They had so many Transformers games, and I had all of them for some reason, and they were so bad. Anyway, there were these games that I played, I think on PS3.
Okay.
So it was like PS3, Xbox, what was that, 360?
360, yeah. Yeah.
But they were these games that kind of chronicled the war for Cybertron that takes place after all this. So like you have the full-on Autobots versus Decepticons war.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see these movies go in that direction. I'd love if they did a trilogy. I want to see them take on, what were the aliens called?
Oh, I can't remember.
I totally
but
forget. They look dope, by the way.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Like when Sentinel bowed to that.
Yeah.
That was good.
So I want to see. I think what I would do is next movie still have some conflict over Cybertron between the Autobots and the Decepticons, but mainly focus on the battle between like the Transformers and those aliens. Mm-hmm. And then the third movie, I would do the full on like war for Cybertron.
Yeah.
Optimus, Megatron.
They got to do Unicron right. Like, I don't know, guys. Hold on, let me tell you a story real quick. Let me tell you a story.
Bro, where is this going?
So we went to see, me and Zion, we go to see Rise of the Beasts. All right.
Bro, come on.
It was like maybe a little less than halfway through the movie. And this movie is bad, guys. Like this movie is not good. Right? So I kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. But something ridiculous happened. I don't remember too much from that movie. It was like a little less than halfway done. I look over at Zion. This dude, not only is he asleep, this is at the movie theater. Not only is he sleeping in like laying back, like sleep in his chair. This dude is laying on 2 seats. Sleep. He's passed out. And when'd you wake up, Zion? When'd you wake up?
I don't even remember.
You woke up at the credits. This dude woke up at the credits. He was asleep for over half the movie. I was dying. It was so funny.
I made it.
You literally made it like halfway. It was late.
I'm not a night person, guys. I'm not a night.
I'll give you that. It was pretty late.
But that movie didn't deserve my time.
It didn't.
I was like,
I wish I fell asleep during that movie. I was like, it'll get better. Nah, I didn't get better.
I think that's why this is such a surprise, because we haven't had a good Transformers
movie. Oh yeah.
Since Transformers 1.
No, Dark of the Moon was pretty good. I like Dark of the Moon. You didn't like Dark of the Moon?
It had some good. I like the action.
Okay.
The whole battle was great and everything like that,
but I mean,
it wasn't a good movie.
It wasn't on Transformers 1 level.
No.
Yeah. Where would you rate the first Transformers versus Transformers 1? What are you taking, or just in terms of the movies in general?
That's hard because it's like so different vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, like recency bias is probably playing into this, but I would choose Transformers 1 over the first live action Transformers.
Really?
I'd watch that every day of the week rather than the first Transformers.
Wow.
But yeah, maybe that's recency.
I mean,
what about y'all?
Nostalgia takes it for me, bro.
Okay.
That was like one of the first movies I was allowed to watch.
Oh yeah, because that came out. When did that come? That came out like
a while ago.
Yeah, I was a kid.
Like I grew up watching that all the time.
Yeah.
It was like that and Pirates were like the 2 movies, live action movies I was allowed to watch. Those movies have nostalgia for me.
You had that clear play on.
Oh man. Hey, if anybody watching this ever use the clear play system,
I'm so sorry.
The system where you put a DVD in and your parents can choose to take out anything, language, take out all. If you use that, please drop something in the comments, because we can't be alone out here. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, bro.
But I wasn't like, I started pretty like watching it pretty late.
Yeah.
But I remember I went to a church camp like a few years ago. Guys, I was going into my junior year. Tell me why on the buses. This was like a long bus ride. It was in New Mexico, so it was like 18-hour bus ride. So they put on different movies. They put on Avengers with clear play, and we were all in high school. It cut out like entire scenes. I was like,
bro,
oh
yeah.
You almost didn't watch a movie.
Like it cut out part of the like when Tony and Cap were arguing. Because I'm pretty sure it's because Tony was like, he said Playboy or something.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me top 3 Transformers movies.
top 3 Transformers movies, everything like including live action, all that.
Yeah.
I'm going with like my number. Ooh, that's hard. I'm gonna go. My number 3 is the original Transformers movie in the 80s. I grew up watching that because like my dad used to always watch that stuff.
Yeah.
So that was really good. And then my number 2, I'm going with the first Michael Bay live action Transformers.
Wow.
And then 1, I'm going Transformers 1.
That's crazy.
It was so good. And then I'm not gonna do bottom 3 because they're all of them except for Dark of the Moon. The rest are just so bad.
Yeah. No,
But
we can just
skip that.
Brush those aside.
Just skip
I don't want
that.
them to do any more live action.
Nope.
They're trying to do a Transformers G.I. Joe live action.
What?
Hasbro. Stop.
Please.
For me, I'd say number 3 is the original Transformers cartoon.
Okay.
You know, my dad loved it, showed it to me. It's classic. I don't really watch it, but it's one of those movies where it's like, it's the original. It's the OG. So, you know, you got to have it up there. I would say, that's tough. Number 2, Transformers 1.
Okay.
Just because, for me, the original Michael Bay live action Transformers movie,
Still elite.
I don't know. It's maybe it is.
It's nostalgia, dude.
It's still elite. It's still a good movie.
It's still a great movie. Like with everything it was able to do, it's hilarious, fantastic action. The CGI still to this day,
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
amazing CGI. So I'm keeping that up there, number 1, because I grew up with that movie.
For sure.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I have the same list. The original, I actually remember watching that. That was actually a really good movie. Number 2, Transformers 1. Great movie. Near perfect, but at 1, it's got to be the first Transformers. The nostalgia carries. Just an amazing movie. Yeah. I can watch it anytime. Yeah. It just never gets old.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Speaking of the first Transformers and Transformers 1, why are they always doing Jazz so dirty?
Jazz gets.
We got to talk about
Hold
this.
on. Okay.
We
First
gotta
of all,
talk about it.
oh my God. They call him Jazz, right? This dude, the way he transforms in the first Michael Bay Transformers movie.
This looks like a
Cool place to kick it.
See breakdance transforms.
That was so. As a kid, obviously, yeah.
Nah, we gotta check out Michael Bay.
Yeah, low
we gotta
key.
check this man out. Man.
Nah, that was crazy. And then of course, they just kill him off. And then in this movie,
ripped in half by Megatron.
Yeah,
in a throwaway scene.
Didn't matter.
It wasn't even a big thing.
It wasn't necessary.
He makes a joke about it too. I forgot what he said, but he just makes a joke about it. Crazy. And then in Transformers 1,
one of the first scenes in the movie.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes of the movie, he just loses a leg. I mean, he got it back, I guess.
He's the slowest one, gets trapped underneath a rock.
Poor Jazz. So, on that note, let's rate Transformers 1. Just a reminder, as a refresher for those watching, we rank movies based on our own tiers. So, Yo is the best a movie can get. It's reserved for the best of the best movies. Culture-shifting movies. What?
Now you're making me rethink my ranking.
Then we have A tier, B tier, C tier, and then at the bottom, Yo. Yo, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So, how are we ranking Transformers 1?
All right. So, I need to go see it again, I will say. And I'm just coming out, like, we literally went to go see this last night. So, for now, I think it has the potential to be like, yo, this is a good movie. But for now, I'm saying it's like A. Like high A tier.
No, stick with it.
No, because I'm gonna. This is recency bias. Like we're not gonna forget. Like I left Star Wars 9 thinking that was a good movie.
Yeah, let's give you a couple weeks.
Do not bring up Star Wars 9 right now, bro. I'm feeling good. I saw a movie that I enjoyed. Let's just leave it there.
No, so for now I'm gonna say A.
Okay.
I'm gonna say A.
I'm gonna rate Transformers 1 also A tier.
Okay.
Great movie. Wasn't like Yo is reserved for those crazy movies that are so far above, but fantastic movie. Don't have any notes really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was so well done.
Yeah, I'd say like top of A almost.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put it in Yo, but I would be fine with someone putting it in Yo, like especially like a Transformers fan.
Yeah,
like if you put it in Yo, I could see how you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
That's it for our Transformers 1 review. And next, we're going to wrap up.
Thanks for listening this week, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to us. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, rate our show 5 stars. And we'll come at you guys with a surprise episode next week.
Every Tuesday, guys. Like, comment, please share, get the word out. Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week.